Hello friends on YouTube. Uh, I'm going to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses and my experiences of the time I have spent with them and how it is to start all over again. I have found a very good person who has been in Jehovah's Witnesses 60 years before he left, and he was an elder in 40 years of those. And he has his own channel, and he has not abandoned Jehovah or Christ. If you want to be guided the right way, as I see it, he is the right person. And he is a very reliable person, I think. He is telling the truth, and he is has his own channel, and he is taking everything from the Bible and make it right that Jehovah's Witnesses have wrongful claimed time periods and so forth, and that we should set the organization before Christ and Jehovah. And all the times I hear in interviews who are very clear to me that the elders who kick out people like myself, who is not well question the organization and how they see things about Christian love, how it can be Christian love if you kick someone out of the organization and the mother and the father and the brothers and sisters. I don't talk about only the brothers and sisters in the congregation, I talk about the real fathers and the mothers. The mother who gave birth to them, and the father who is their father in real, and their brothers and sisters by blood. How they get to don't discuss with them, and they only get up on the podium and to say this person is no longer a Jehovah's Witnesses, and the congregation will never know why. They should trust people, and that's the opposite what the Bible teaches us. We should trust Jesus and Jehovah, not people. And that is what he is teaching is about in his channel, and I am a very big fan of his channel, and because he is one of the people I will really trust. And this is his channel. I hope you see that he have. I don't know if it comes. So wait. And all shows so. And he is a reliable person, I think, and he has very good videos about the truth, and he is out to really help people who are in need, who is lost when they are thinking about leaving Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hey guys, so last week I was
And he have really got me. I have many answers that he has been told to me. I'm not, as you hear, this is not my native language because I'm from Sweden. I'm not talking English every day, so I do my best. But I want to know, I want to reach so many people that I can with the truth. And Brian Pickett's, I think the name is very truthful in his. I'm not a fool. He's taking up this with Trinity. He is taking up even with this two witnesses that the Jehovah's Witnesses is hiding behind when it comes to sexual abuse. And one of the women that is he has one other man who is being questioned by the elders. She says she has been baptized with 91, and she says that if I should have been baptized today, I would never have been that, because I don't agree with that women should stay married in relationships where they get beaten. That's not my or that is one of the things that I don't understand, how you can go out from the governing body and said that everybody lies except us. The whole world is lying, and say it in a way that you miscredit all the people who has come out and accused people in congregations for sexual abuse, and even get jail time for it. And he says that even if people going to jail, they are not certain that they have been convicted rightfully, because everyone is against us. The whole world, we're living in Satan's world, and he rules. So I'm stunned when I hear that from a man who claims that he is one of the 144,000 who should rule with Christ in heaven over the mankind. That he can said that. And said that all people lie about Jehovah's Witnesses. Everything that is negative is a lie. So he dig his own grave by saying that, in my opinion. I myself have been a victim of sexual abuse when I was growing up, and it takes very long time for me, since I was over 40 years old, before it came up. So it can take a very long time, because I have been using drugs since I was little to escape myself from myself, because I wasn't good enough. I don't want to drag the whole story, but and I thought that Jehovah's Witnesses, because my father and mother-in-law was Jehovah's Witnesses, so I came on my first meeting with my wife-to-be, and to my first meeting in 1980. So it's a long time, 42 years ago. And I've been on many congregations all over Sweden. And I have wondered over many things when I have read the Watchtower, and but one thing is clear over the years, that every time I have something that I thought was wrong, I never get a real answer. They dismiss me, and all the elders gick against me, and I got all against me, and got a lot of hate, and I didn't understand that, but Jesus talks about the truth will set you free. And now, 2022, I feel free, because I have been used, been fooled all these years to believe in an organization, that Jehovah has in an organization. And all the battles who have a couple of years ago I heard that all the battles, or not all, but very many from battle was kicked out from battle, and they got no compensation, and they have lived their life and could be 50, 60 years, and they have been on battle in 20, 30, 40 years, and they have no money saved or something, because when you are battle light, you only got a little money, so you can survive, and you get the food and the place all the days you work. And when I heard that and that was something the organization just said, we should spare money and sell properties and do the congregations together. That two congregations were in the same building. Suddenly it's 4 or 5 congregations in the same building, and we should sell because we need the money to expand more and more. And they are doing projects who are 5, 6 years in the States and building a colossal of buildings. And then they go out and say, we are living in this in the time of the end of this before Armageddon. And that's not, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Why invest in so much money in 5, 6 years ahead when they say Armageddon is close, very, very close. We're living in 1 or 2 or 3 years, this is gone, and the paradise is here. And I found out about these 2 witnesses, and now I can read it in English. In the Romans chapter 13, it says, let every person be in subjection of the superior authorities, for there is no authority except by God. The existing authorities stand placed in their relative positions by God. So it's God who is allowing the authorities that we have, like the police or every authority. For those rules are an object of fear, not for those who do good deeds, but the bad. Do you want to be free or fear the authority? Keep doing good, and you will have praise for it. For it is God's minister, you for good, to you for your good. But if you are doing what is bad, it's fear. For it's not without purpose that it bears the sword of God's minister, an avenger to express wrath against the one practicing what is bad. So we should obey says in the 5th verse, there is therefore compelling reason for you to be subjecting, not only on account of the wrath, but also on account of your consequence. That is why you are also paying taxes to the God's public servant, constantly serving this very purpose. Render all their dues to the ones who call for the tax to who calls for tribute, and tribute to the one who calls for fear, such fear, to the one who calls for honor, such honor. So if we don't obey the law, we go against God. And there, the witness who let husbands beat their wives, children be sexually assaulted, abused, and they are protecting those. How in earth can you say that you're obeying Romans chapter 13? There's a command that we should obey the law, be obeying law instituting by citizens, not citizens who not obey the law. And people should know. Jesus said, by their fruit that they have love, that like I have loved you, they should know and see that you are my disciples. You have the true Christians' faith. And Jacob says in 2:15-17, James, I think it says in James 2:15-17, if any brother or sister are lacking clothing and enough food for the day, yet no one says to them, go, and yet one of them says, go to them, go in peace, keep warm and well fed, but do not give them what they need for their body and the benefit of it. So is the faith by itself, without work it is dead. So faith is built by what I am doing, not what I'm only saying, expressing that I have faith in God and I have faith in Jesus. That's not enough. The Bible is very clear in that area. And I have seen how they mistreat people who is sick mentally, have health problems, with psych problems, how they mistreat them. And I was one of them. And I took on all the elders and tried to talk to them, 11 in a room. and explain, and they laughed at me. So I have never lost faith in Jehovah or Jesus, but in the organization I have no faith. So I have come back and tried. But when I was, for a couple of years ago, 2017 or 18, I saw this with, that was the straw for me. When I saw the commission in Australia with how sexual abusers get away, and how a father can go in the same congregation that is his daughter, and they say we can't stop him from go to the same congregation, and an elder says that the victim says, I don't want to belong in the congregation, and she get told that the congregation get told that they can never talk to her because she has decided to leave the congregation. A congregation didn't protect her. All the elders who heard her father's statement believed that he lied, but no one of them called the police or encouraged her to call the police. So when I heard that, when I heard another elder sit to say that when he get asked, if a brother come to you and says he have murdered someone, what will you do? Says the chairman, and I will talk to him and try to so he'll go to the police and report himself. But if he doesn't do that, then I won't do anything. You won't call police? No. And where in the Bible does it say that we in Romans it says that we should obey the law, but here he says he rely more on the organization and the law, not the Bible. The Bible is not their authority. And I can understand that it is more mind-blowing to me when I hear that the organization and 8 people sit and play God, and we should obey them, the organization, and nowhere in the Bible it says that we should obey an organization. We should obey Jesus' commands and Jehovah's commands, but not people or an organization. And when he speaks, give the speech, Jesus, that you must eat from my flesh and drink my blood, many leave him. And he asked Peter if Peter would leave him too, and the rest of the disciples, but he says, whom, Lord, should we go to? Not what organization, or he says, whom should we go to? So he made it very clear that it was Jesus who was the authority he saw. Not an organization, not in a group of elder or something else. And so it is today, even today. It's not an organization we should proclaim and praise and obey. It's the Bible, and the Jesus gave his life for us, and he is the head of the congregation, and the congregation is everyone who believes in Christ, that he gave his life and will obey the commands in the Bible that he is given. He and Jehovah that believes in the Bible and will live after the Bible as good as we can. Not an organization. But they want us to believe that we should not believe that it is so, that we should put these 8 men before everything else. And when you hear the inquirer, he has Eric in his playlist with a woman and a man. The elders all the time going back to, so you don't think that the slave class who's sitting in Brooklyn and play gods are those who we are following. No, I believe in the Bible, which says, and even the man says. Nowhere in the Bible it says that we should put men before God or Jesus. Nowhere in the Bible or in an organization. So I'm glad that I have found a way to get real advice. And that's how it should be. If God really exists, like I think it is, and like Eric says, he has been in the truth in 60 years, but he says he is very. He get letters from all over the world, people who getting suicide and people who are thinking about suicide and people who don't know what to do and everything. Therefore he has this channel to help people, not to lift him up as a God itself or something else. He explains everything instead in a way that you and I can understand, and especially if you have contact, have been witness or are witness, you can really understand that what he says. So God has not abandoned people who have the right mind and heart for him or Jesus. He has given us people like Eric and others to and I don't like those channels who only spread hate against Jehovah's Witnesses because they drag down even Jehovah's name, I think. And Jehovah and Jesus has nothing to do with what has happened, that we have been misled. I don't blame them, but I blame the people, not God, not Jehovah or Jesus. And I'm trying to do these videos because of what I am learning now. I had a friend who abandoned me, and he was a Jehovah's Witness for many years. He was baptized in the early 70s, and we were friends in 8.5 years. And one day, because of I was negative, they said, because I didn't like this child abuse, and I talked much about it, and how it was in the congregation, the lack of love for one another. But many of them are brainwashed, so they think, but they won't dare to, because they think they're missing their place in paradise. And when Armageddon comes, they will die in Armageddon. They are so brainwashed, and I feel sorry for them. Because you don't leave a person who is sick and are suicidal like I was, and you have been friends with in 8.5 years. Very good friends. Jan-Olof Götesköld, and he lives 6 minutes from me here if I walk. He and his wife is not a witness. She has studied once, but she is not a witness. I can't grip it in my mind that you can want to be in an organization who protect child abuser and women beater, and that to me is too much. And I don't understand the mentality of a man who is so brainwashed, so he can't see through. He only says, and that Eric take up very good, that I hope one day I can explain in English too, but he take up just that the answer, you should wait for Jehovah's to interfere and to make it right, and he has a very good answer to that, because that's that's something they really brainwash you with, that you should wait on. Then I didn't know that it was so bad that I have got it wrong so many times with the date. Not only in 1975, but other dates too. I don't believe that Jehovah's Witnesses are blessed from Jehovah. I don't believe that for a single minute, because God would never protect a child abuser or women who get beaten by the men and said, "You must be married to this man." No. And all the people who died in blood transfusion, I don't believe that today. And I have got my answer, and I am satisfied with that answers that I got, because they are from the Bible. That is nothing not Eric has made up. He uses all the time the Bible to prove that the witnesses have wrong. They have completely messed it up. And I hope that I can reach you with my English, I hope it will be getting better. So, because I don't want to see people come to this organization and being brainwashed and maybe take their own lives. And it's the paradise for pedophiles, because they have these two witnesses, and your husband or your wife, or the one you can get married with, can have an affair, and you can't prove anything, and all the things should remain in the congregation, they say. But they lie and say, we don't have any objection if they go to the police and report. But that's a lie. And many are on the internet who have been elders and have been in the truth for a long time, can confirm that is a lie. And I too can confirm that everything is in the congregation. That is what we've been learned from the start, that we should never get the people outside, the police or authorities outside, because they will judge us because we are witnesses. So they scare people to not report. So it's heaven for a pedophile and wife beaters and criminals and alcoholics, whatever you do, as long as you don't make a fuss of it in the congregation, and you do something wrong. I have a woman in the same town here who has been excommunicated 6 times. She has been thrown out because she's an alcoholic and she lies with the men right to left. But she is welcome back. So they treat people very, very different. Very, very different. They have no justice in Jehovah's Witnesses. That is my experience in these 42 years I have seen. So, and I'm not alone. I hear witness now every day how to step forward. And I have heard many, both men and women, under the years I have met in the congregations that I have been to and they have told me. So it's not something I made up. It's the truth. So I hope I reach people who have an open heart, an open mind, and really want the truth about Jehovah's Witnesses. Instead of obeying men, obeying Jehovah and Jesus, that is what we should do, not obey men. So thank you for me, and I wish you all the best. Till next time.